Alright guys, so tomorrow we've got the job where we have to repair the stainless steel tank on the de-ice truck. So we're going to go ahead and get this TIG rig all set up. Okay, so I want to show you guys something that I picked up today, and it wasn't necessarily because I wanted to, it was because I was forced to, because I have a job coming up on Saturday repairing a stainless steel tank on a tanker truck, and I need a portable TIG rig. I ordered one a week and a half ago and it hasn't shipped yet, so I got forced to go to the welding store nearby here and pick one up. I promised the customer that I would be there this Saturday to fix the tank. Sometimes you got to spend a little money to keep your promise, and that's what I had to do. So, show you guys what I got here.
It's time for today's super cool tool.
This is a 17 style TIG torch. Personally, I prefer TIG torches with a flex head. This one has a flex head, so you can manipulate the torch. It's really nice when you can bend them back like this when you're walking the cup. I think it just makes it a little easier. Gives you kind of a steeper angle on your cup. What this is it's a air-cooled TIG torch, and this right here is the valve for your argon. So you just crack this open and then you scratch start it and you run it off your portable welder. This is the torch, and it's got 25 feet of hose. On the end it's got this fitting, and then what you do is you take this cable adapter and you screw this fitting in this end, and then on this end I bought another 25-foot hose, and on this end this screws into here, and then this goes in your regulator that goes to your argon bottle. You clip your lead on here, your stinger on your portable welder, and that gives you the power. The gas runs through the hose. Bam, you got a portable TIG welder. We're going to be needing that on Saturday, so I'm going to get it all set up and I'm going to run a little test on it, make sure everything runs good. I've been starting up the welder every few days. I haven't used it for quite a while, so I like to start it up, keep the battery charged, keep everything lubed up. But I am going to get it hooked up and do a test run with this torch before we go do the job. Anyway, just some more tooling, more equipment for fabrication. Just wanted to give you guys a look in case you've never seen how you set up a portable TIG setup. I've ran a setup just like this on numerous projects at my past jobs. If you're in a situation where you can use TIG in the field for certain things, this is definitely a handy setup to have. Just wanted to give you guys a look. Let's get back to the project. Okay, so we got our argon bottle turned on. Now you just crack this valve. Hopefully you guys can hear that. And your gas starts flowing. And then you just scratch start or lift arc, whatever your welder allows you to do. So now I'm going to tack these two pieces of pipe. I've gapped them at 1/16 of an inch. So one small important piece of information that I forgot to both add and do was I forgot to switch the leads on the welder, because when you DC TIG weld, your electrodes should be negative, and I forgot to swap them. So I blasted the tungsten right off the bat. So now I'm going to sharpen. Got a nice sharp tungsten. Okay, let's try this again. Ah, that's better. Okay, so I've got this all tacked up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and screw it around, just making sure everything works right. I don't want to be the guy that shows up at the job site and my stuff's not running right. So just going to do a little practice run here. Okay, so we got our root pass done. Now we're going to turn the welder up to probably 120 amps, and I'm going to try it and see how it goes. This will probably take me a whole nother pass and then a cap on top of that. So we'll turn up the welder now and we'll run another one. Okay, so there's our fill pass. Now we're gonna do one more. That'll be our cap. We're just gonna run it with 332 rod as well. And that should cap this one off. Finished that up, turned out pretty good. We did get a teeny bit of undercut on a couple places, but hey, that's why we practice, right? The root looks pretty dang good. I don't know if you guys can see that in there. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Setup works just like it's supposed to. Okay, so I think we're all set up. Now we're just going to load all our tools and equipment in the truck. We're going to get ready for tomorrow. We got to be there at 8. They'll escort us on the property. We're going to be inside a shop, so that's one of the reasons I'm using TIG, is because it's a controlled environment. We'll get loading up our equipment and then we'll see you tomorrow. Alright guys, it's about 7 a.m. and we're on the road headed for the airport. Should be there in about 40 minutes. So, we'll see you guys there. De-icing. That's the type of truck we're going to be working on. Make it less obvious. Okay guys, just want to give you guys a rundown of what's going on. This is the de-ice truck we're going to do a repair on. We've gone through a whole process to try to find out where the crack is. If you take a look right here, it's clear up in there against where the pipe goes in the tank. We weren't sure where it was leaking at first, so we had to have them fill it with water. And we did finally find it. It's just a little pinhole. They did just tear the pump out. Sitting on the ground here.
Sure, for sure. But it wouldn't hurt to have some. Yeah.
We've got the welder leads all dragged in here, and we're just waiting for the mechanics to get the stuff out of the way so I can crawl in there and get the pinhole welded up. So that's the plan. We'll get back to you guys when we're ready to weld. Okay, so all our stuff's out of the way here. See, they pulled the pump out, and then they have pulled the pipe out that goes into the tank right there. So I've got to make the weld right on that corner. So now I'm going to climb in there and do the fun part. Okay, now I need wire brush. I need you to move that light. Move it where? Up to where it's not shining behind me because I can't see.
What?
TIG rod.
So first, you should probably fix it to this one. That would be my first. Because to me, this is a bandage.
The piece of TIG rod. Sharpen this again. Alright guys, give you a look here. It's kind of hard to see with the lighting and stuff, but right here in this corner
stacked about 4 beads over the top of it. It was only like a pinhole, but I ran about 4 beads up that corner. I actually ran 2 before that and ground it down a little bit because I didn't like the way it was laying around that corner. So they're probably going to put this back together now and fill it up just to make sure that it's not leaking before I leave. So that's kind of where we're at. This is really fun back in here. This is when you really start thinking whether you want to be a welder or not. These are the jobs that separate the boys from the men, I guess. Okay, well, we're gonna crawl out of here and then they're gonna start putting it back together and then we'll go from there. Okay, so these guys are just getting the truck put back together, and then we're gonna take it back out. We're gonna fill it up with water, and we're gonna double check to make sure that it's not still leaking. And we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we're just heading out. They just let us out of the gate. We're gonna head home and unload all our tools and equipment. That's definitely one lesson that I learned there. The manager that runs that company was the one that got a hold of me. I've repaired a truck for them previously. He made it sound like it was the same type of crack. It actually was not. It wasn't even close. And that repair was way more extensive. There was a lot more work that had to happen. We had to tear the pump out and the piping so that I had enough room to crawl in there, make the repair. So anyway, asking more questions on the phone is probably a good idea, although I really don't think the manager knew the whole story about what was required to fix it. But we got it fixed. They got one more truck up and running now, and you know, that's just one more of those instances where you show up, there's a lot more to it than you were thinking. So it's going to cost the customer more money because it's more time and a lot more effort. It's tough because I don't really know how you could have avoided that, but I'm just sharing with you guys some of the things that I learned along the way. And so that's one of those situations where you just kind of have to roll with it, and it is what it is, because it was definitely a more extensive repair than it sounded like. So the customer's going to have to pay more for that repair, but their equipment is up and running now, so I would say it was a success. So appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something. See you on the next one.